never knew my grandfather. When I went to Chicago to receive these medals, I was able to speak to some of the people around my table, and they told me that he was considered a freedom fighter. He wrote literature for a possibility for Lithuania to live in harmony among each other, to live in a situation where no one is struggling. And he also worked a lot, I guess, in the underground movement. But I don't know, that's about all I heard.
A teacher drowned in the toughest moment of Lithuanian history. 6 weeks that changed his life. He never pursued any post in his life, but in 1941 he became the leader of the Lithuanian government. Political public life has never been interesting for me and has never been attractive. But if I had to engage in it, it was not because of fascination, but because of the need. That responsibility I had to take, not because of pleasure, but it was more like a duty, which someone had to take.
My mother nor my grandmother ever told me a thing about him. And each month I learn a little bit more about him.
The first time I met him was in Aušra Girls' Gymnasium. He was our Lithuanian language and literature teacher. He was our favorite. He definitely taught us to love international and Lithuanian classic literature. It is very difficult to describe such a person, bearing in mind how great his personality was. But in general, he was a person I would call a saint. He never wanted to be famous. He never emphasized himself. Once he even said, "It is best when one is born and develops a broad personality." A participant of anti-Soviet and anti-Nazi resistance, politician and public figure, former head of the provisional government of Lithuania. Juozas Brazaitis would never pride himself with such epithets. Moral independence. This position was much more important than any ideology or political spectrum. Until the end of his life, he only had one goal: to do whatever it takes for a better Lithuania. That the Lithuanian name, sufferings and struggles would be known in the world.
He wanted to heal people's minds and their life. And that doesn't happen overnight. He wanted to give people the tools to make their lives better. And that's what I'm understanding.
The motherland and family he lost, the betrayal of friends, defamation, political persecution by the state which gave him the right of asylum, and the scar of a war criminal which followed him until the end of his life. The life drama of Juozas Brazaitis in a documentary sketch, In the Margins of Life.